the news tonight, President Bola Tinubu attended APC National Caucus meeting, says he remains committed to repositioning of the country. Senate calls for improved access to eye care service by Nigerians. Plus, Minister of Health tours federal health institutions in Ogun State. Good evening and welcome to Nta Ijebu Ode News at 7. I am Fatima Hassan and here are the news in details. President Bola Tinubu says he remains committed to the strategic repositioning of the country, which requires that government builds on current success and projects a forward-looking agenda for the country. The president made the commitment at the National Caucus meeting of the Governing All Progressive Congress (APC) in Abuja. State House correspondent Musba Odanwahab reports that President Tinubu won the caucus vote of confidence for his handling of the affairs of the state.
President Bola Tinubu attended his first national caucus meeting of his party, and that popular rendition played out again. The APC was preparing for its first National Executive Committee NEC meeting since August 2023. In this seeming preliminary house cleaning, the national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, reported on the activities of the party under his watch so far, and the progress listed included successes in off-cycle elections in some states. However, former governor of Zamfara State, Abdulaziz Yari, called the attention of participants to matters of national importance, including the improvements recorded on the economy and fight against insecurity in parts of the country.
People evacuated because of insecurity, more especially, let me cite Nansado, but today, God is able mercy on that watch of our president. Everyone can drive and apply that to pray.
Because the president has been able to drive most of the articles in our manifesto to fruition, we should be able to give him a vote of implicit confidence. We shall stand on your mandate, on your mandate,
I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for the vote of confidence.
President Tinubu appreciated this and other show of support by his party members, commending them for their loyalty to the party and for believing in his administration despite the initial hard decisions taken.
Our strategic repositioning requires us to build on our sources and project a forward-looking agenda that resonates with the hopes and aspirations of Nigerians. I am here promising that we are doing that. I have a commitment to our manifesto, progressive ideas, and the belief.
The president pointed out that the nation is already turning the corner on the reforms to place Nigeria for greater heights.
The policies are difficult. There is no way Nigeria could have survived the continuation of oil subsidy. There is no way. Today I can beat my chest, and each of the governors here, that allocations to the states is tripled. We have enough funding for the local government. We have net fund to fund our children in school.
With this meeting and the agenda drawn out, the party is set for its NEC meeting this Wednesday at the party's National Secretariat. From the State House, Musba Odanwahab, NT News.
Senate has called for improved access to eye care service for Nigerians to enable early detection and treatment. To this end, Senate is proposing the establishment of more federal eye centers in order to meet the need of 80% of Nigeria's rural population. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that plenary has been adjourned to 5th March 2025 as the Senate continues engagement on tax reform bills.
Glaucoma, according to experts, is one of the causes of irreversible blindness among Nigerians. The Federal Eye Center Establishment Bill in Ochadama, Kogi State, sponsored by Senator Nta Ijebu Ode, is meant to provide preventive care.
The centrality of the proposed National Eye Center to the overall health of the citizens is underscored by a recent study on visual challenges in Kogi State, which found that 128,000 citizens have severe visual disorders and about 8,500 are blind.
One of my members from Kogi State that became blind at the age of 13, I asked him, what happened to you? He said he had an eye problem when he was 13. They took him to a hospital that is not dedicated to the eye, and they put drug in his eye. 2 days after, the man lost his sight at the age of 13 years up to today. He's 42 now.
Benue State, most of the time we have to go all the way to the eye center in Kaduna for treatment of eye problems and visual problems. And so I think an existing one in North Central here, very close to all parts of Nigeria, is very vital.
This will be very essential for the good people of not just Kogi State, not just the North Central region, not just Enugu State, but the whole of the country, to have this kind of modern eye center located in that place.
Other features at plenary include the first reading of 5 bills, one of which seeks the provision of a legal framework to establish National Artificial Intelligence Commission. Meanwhile, Senate has referred Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges over her recent conduct on 20th February 2025 in plenary.
A section of the public, and I'm narrowing it to Mr. Senate President versus his senator, which is not so, because our guiding rules, which is our testament, any action against it is an action against the Senate.
Any behavior, any act or omission of any senator that stand inconsistent with the provision of the Red Book, our guideline, is void.
They are all united on one thing. Our rules must be respected.
Following a motion from Senator Umar Buba, Senate eulogized the late Senator Lowell Gumau, who served in the 8th and 9th Senate. In another development, Senator Ojuzo Kalu has commended the performance of President Tinubu thus far.
The president is taking time with the economic team to set everything, and you can see now the president is making a wider consultation.
He urged Nigerians to continue to support the policies of the federal government to have the desired impact. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiakunle Salako, says the government is prioritizing the health and well-being of Nigerians by mitigating the peculiar challenges in the health sector. This was during an official visit to the Neuropsychiatric Hospital Aro and Federal Medical Center Abeokuta, Ogun State. Lekon Adbonde has details.
In a special arrangement as part of his tour, the minister's entourage arrives at Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, and the 81-year-old Neuropsychiatric Hospital is the first port of call. They had a thorough assessment of ongoing and completed projects, and then an interactive engagement with staff and stakeholders in the mental health institution. The minister identifies 4 challenges that include manpower gaps occasioned by Japa syndrome, funding, power and energy, and the challenge of counterfeiting, but is optimistic that the robust mechanism being put in place, such as huge investments in training of non-medical personnel, collaboration with relevant private investors, and other systemic arrangements by President Bola Tinubu's administration, is addressing the situation for positive turnaround in the sector.
Before now, So you to recruit health workers, you have to go through a very, very long process. But because of the priority that President has placed to recruitment of health workers, he has given us a waiver, where at the ministry level, we can sit down based on the request the hospitals have made, and we can issue them waiver, and then they can quickly go through the due process and engage workers. So we are able to replace workers that are leaving much more.
The Ogun State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tony Koka, and the Provost and Medical Director, Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Dr. Paul Agbola, are enthusiastic of remarkable achievements in the area of service delivery in the health sector.
We collaborate on the primary health level, on the secondary health level. At the moment, we have actually, we have what we call BMOG centers that the federal government has supported us in upgrading, and we would use places like Aro and a Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, as a tertiary referral center.
We're looking at collaborations from the Ministry of Health on the implementation of the Mental Health Act. And just like what the minister said, we hope to collaborate with the state government, to domesticate the Mental Health Act in Ogun State.
The train thereafter proceeded to the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, where the minister also went on inspection tour of facilities and projects before an interactive engagement with the management and staff of the health institution. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbode, NTA News.
Lagos State is on the path to eliminating malaria as cases of the scourge reported in testing facilities continue to drop. This was established when Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu played host to a team of experts from the World Bank Impact Project. Joy Ken Abakboya reports.
The World Bank team on Immunization Plus and Malaria Progress by Accelerating Coverage and Transforming Services project are visiting to inform the Lagos State Governor on the progress of the Impact Project designed to improve access to care, reduce malaria deaths, especially among children, and eliminate the scourge.
And so we have together designed a program to understand exactly what's happening in these pharmacies and PPMVs, to enable supply chains, to oversee them and train them.
Although there's a significant reduction in cases of malaria in Lagos, according to its Ministry of Health, the state's large population and density is keeping the government on its toes as it is set to launch its malaria pre-elimination drive.
We've reached out to our colleagues, the WHO, the Malaria Elimination Program, important partners, donor partners, to see if Lagos is in a position to make that push to lead and to eliminate malaria for the first time, or get to a stage of what's defined as pre-elimination.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gives assurances of his support to end the scourge.
And if we all agree that malaria is something that has been long around, that we need to be able to deal with it, then we're on the journey to solving it.
The Lagos State Government, the World Bank Impact Team, and other partners are collaborating to ensure increased testing, proper diagnosis, and public enlightenment to bring an end to malaria in Lagos. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakboya, NTA News.
The federal government has solicited the support of religious and community leaders in promoting the Clean Nigerian campaign, Use the Toilet, End Open Defecation in the country. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Austin, made the call when he led management staff on an advocacy visit to the Archbishop, Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama. The minister explained that though the campaign against open defecation in the country has recorded some success with 142 local government areas achieving open defecation-free status and others in the process of certification, there is need for collective effort to achieve the open defecation-free target by the year 2030. Professor Austin said it is in the light of this that the ministry has taken the advocacy to religious leaders, which he identified as one of the critical stakeholders to scale up the campaign and educate Nigerians on the health implications of open defecation.
The house of the Lord, and is a place where the good news is being propagated, and is a place that it's expected that the right thing, the right gospel is being preached to Nigerians, the most populous part of Nigerians. And we are expecting that the church will help we Nigerians. The church will help the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation in propagating this message.
Responding, the Archbishop, Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama said Professor Austin is the first serving minister to visit the diocese with a message of promoting healthy living. He thanked him for identifying with the church, noting that his visit will go a long way in bridging the gap between government and the people. He expressed appreciation to the minister for embarking on the crusade to save lives and promote personal hygiene.
We must work together, government and the church and faith-based organizations, and individuals. We must cooperate if we must become a great nation. The government cannot do it alone. So this message from the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation is very crucial. It's a life-saving message, namely that we need to live healthy and we need to take care of our environment.
This advocacy by the minister will be extended to other religious groups across the country. We'll be going on a break. Please stay tuned.
How far, Niger? Welcome to the Glow Cafe app. Come in. Because it's time for an upgrade. Your own personal Glow Cafe app open 24/7. Welcome to bigger, better, smarter. Welcome to total control of your data, your airtime. Mom, I'll call you back. How you buy? I'll send you data. How you share and how you recharge. Movies, gaming, music, all in one place. Welcome to More Valley. Download the upgraded Glow Cafe app and get more data. Get 100% recharge bonus and get a massive 100 gigabytes data bonus when you register. Want it all? Download all this into this.
Unlimited.
أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
مرحبا بكم يا رمضان، مرحبا بكم يا رمضان، مرحبا بكم يا رمضان. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Yes, it is here again, Ramadan 1446 AH 2025. Nta Ijebu Ode, the heritage station, is at it again. To avail us the opportunity to maximize the abundant reward during the period through our packages such as Tafsiri, call to prayer, station live show, short admonition, and lots more. For further inquiries, contact the marketing department, Nta Ijebu Ode, TV House, Eruwa Road, GRA Ijebu Ode, Ogun State, or call 080-28-36-48-01 or 080-29-41-1473. Ramadan 1446 AA. What a rewarding experience.
رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس.
Welcome back from the break and thanks for joining us. Now to sports updates. Actions from the National Sports Festival Zona Elimination Games across the country, plus other trending stories in the world of sports with Ijama Peter Wante.
As the 2025 Zona Elimination Games for the 22nd National Sports Festival enters its second day, Edo State female handball team have qualified for 2024 National Sports Festival in Ogun State after defeating their Delta counterparts by 28 goals to 17.
Beyond competition, this event is an opportunity to foster friendship, teamwork, and mutual respect among our young athletes.
The team is always prepared for any championship, particularly for this most important event that is coming up, that is very, very important for every athlete in Nigeria.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the chairman of Delta State Sports Commission, Mr. Onorode, who chaired the athletes in Benin City, said as defending champions, they must not allow the result to deter them from fulfilling their dreams. Elsewhere, 9-time African champions Nigeria will square up with Benin Republic for a place at the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations taking place in Morocco. Benin Republic defeated Sierra Leone 5-2 on aggregate in the first round. The final qualifying round fixtures will take place from October 20th to 28th, 2025. The winners on aggregate will secure qualification to WAFCON 2025.
That's all we have for you tonight on Nta Ijebu Ode News at 7. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Good night.
Bro, I tell you, this match 3-0. Okay. If I win you, something will come out.
Don't play with me. Fast ball. You know what? You go shot.
Bro.
Now we got this match.
Keep the banter going with Glow Borrow Me Credit or Data. Dial star 303 hash to borrow airtime or data and pay later.
Is it ready?
Go on, no only one thing I did it.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra high speed data. Glow Unlimited.